It's about national matters. From north to south, it's about insecurity. Upon that, from north to south, the call for a redefinition of the Nigerian state. You then ask, how far will a people go with such intense calls ringing from every part of the country? Could that be the reason Nigerians came out in their numbers in October to seek for a new country under the banner of EndSARS? A politician should be able to help us decipher how far these questions will go. And when I talk about the questions, I don't need to remind us that they are national questions. If they are national questions, there are also questions being raised on the floor of the Nigerian Senate. So, in this engagement, as Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Teslim Folarin will be answering some of the national questions. By the way, he was a direct victim of the EndSARS protest. How does that make him feel? You were a direct victim of the EndSARS protest. Your house was invaded. When you heard the story, how did you feel?
It wasn't totally unexpected. But I didn't think my own house would be boggled, because I always consider or see myself as part of the people. I'm very close to the people. So, well, that my house and other houses were boggled. It didn't come to me as a surprise. It was building up, and you could see it coming. I think, I mean, yeah, yes, but I think people are just not happy about the way the country is. There's no question about that. No one is happy. And I think COVID also didn't help. It didn't help. I think the EndSARS thing was like a trigger to all these things, the state of the nation, COVID. In this state, people were told to stay at home. In that state, you could move around. You know, nobody knew what was going on. So I mean, in the midst of all that confusion, that was bound to happen.
So it didn't take you by surprise?
No, I knew, because you could see the anger building up in people. You see, things are not working. Don't let's fool ourselves. Things are not working.
Things are not working.
Things are not working. You leave school, there are no jobs. You want to start a business, the environment is not friendly, insecurity, everything. So that is bound to, and the political class has to be very careful.
Because political class has to be very careful.
Absolutely. We may not survive the next one if we don't act.
There's going to be a next one?
If we don't act.
If we don't act.
We don't act, yes.
You know, some would say that the empowerment project you kept in the house really went to those who needed to be empowered.
Yeah, but they got it in the wrong way. I was going to give it to them anyway. Okay. I was going to give it to them, but then they were in a hurry. We'd been buying this stuff the past 6 months. You know, reached out to my friends in the private sector to help. That we wanted to do this huge, massive, mega empowerment in December, and we were building, you know, buying this stuff. It was quite unfortunate, very sad that they invaded the house. But like I said, it's not just about me. You can't begin to look at things like, oh, they invaded my house. You have to look at the big picture, if you like. You were just a representation of the political class, and that anger was vented. Absolutely, absolutely, the frustration of the people. Yeah.
Well, how did they even get to know that you had that stock in the house?
Because not in this my house here, my other house in Obilo. Because, like I said, I'm very close to the people. When they come and when we buy the stuff, it's littered all over the whole place, so people see it. And I think they also wanted to make a name. They wanted to invade the house of somebody who is well known to make a point, I suspect.
And they made a point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They made a point. They made that point.
How did your colleague react to what happened?
And then we found out that it wasn't happening to just me.
Yeah.
Some of my colleagues in Oyo, some of my ex-colleagues, Victor Domegba, his house was burnt in Cross River. And so all those news were coming in. And you couldn't help to feel sorry. I mean, it's not the right thing for them to do, but I can understand people's frustration. I have to be honest with you.
You're not angry?
Not at all, not at all. Even when the police called me and said, look, do you want to press charges? And I said, look, why do we want to press charges?
So
why? Because there are two categories of people that came to storm the house. There were people who masterminded it. And there were passers-by who were just moving around and thinking, oh, there's a freebie here, let me grab my own. Now, do you now prosecute those people? I don't think it would be right. What they did was wrong, but I don't think prosecuting them was right.
So you told the police to free them?
I told them I was not interested in
the matter.
In the matter. I didn't ask them that they can. You can draw your conclusion.
Now, it takes us to a very serious issue that you've already raised. That if the political class doesn't act, it might not escape the next one. So is the political class acting now?
Well, I think we have an opportunity in the coming Constitution Amendment review, which I'm also privileged to be a member. And I think the main thing is the way we see things in the South is quite different from the way they see it in the North. Because all this noise talk about restructuring, it's been on. It's nothing new. We need to do it. And I think the time is now.
What is your message to the youths? Because they might be out again.
See, in the case of the youths, I feel very sorry for them. I left university. I left the University of Ibadan, 1987. And when we gained admission in 1984, we had high hopes. You know, there were stories about employees going to headhunt students in school. That was the practice then. But by the time we got midway into our courses, it was clear that wasn't going to happen. And so we left town. I was one of the few people, one of the privileged people that, traveled out of the country. Then there was an advert in NTA, they used, Andrew don't check out. Remember that? Then we were the Andrews that checked out. We've checked back in now again. But the point is this, 1987 till now, how many years is that? It's 30-something good years. And then you fast track to 2020. And all these, the graduates, all they do is, I beg to apply. Not their fault. Not their fault. We need to change the curriculum. The curriculum has to be changed to support people with entrepreneurial skills. But again, you may have the skills, but is the support there? Is the support there? Let's be honest with ourselves. You can't even generate 24 hours power. I fight with them every day, and I say, look, what do we pay? Why are we in darkness?
You are in darkness?
Well,
Senator Folarin.
Yeah, sometimes we go maybe 10 hours or 8 hours a day in 24 hours. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. And then when you run your business on generator, it then adds to the cost of business. So these are the issues.
You have a lot of young boys that the political class now call hoodlums. And these young boys...
When you say political class calls a hoodlum, I don't know about that.
Yeah. During the EndSARS protest, the political leadership tagged young boys.
No. Not the EndSARS people. The EndSARS people had legitimate protest. There was no question about that. It started very well.
So who are the hoodlums?
The hoodlums that hijacked it.
Who? How did they hijack it?
I wouldn't know them. They're there.
They are jobless boys.
You're a man of the streets. You know them.
But they are jobless boys. That's their own way of protesting.
But I'm saying even when you go to the advanced countries, don't you have hoodlums? Even where there are jobs, there are people who don't even want to work.
I even learned you caught some of those who invaded your house hoodlums.
I think the first set of people that the people that plan it are hoodlums. Yes.
So how do we solve the problems of these hoodlums? Because they are out on the street of Ibadan.
Because you educate them. That's what I'm saying. Educate them. Give them proper education to open their eyes.
Have you gone to meet them?
And
how am I going to... Even the political leadership is yet to come down from their Olympian.
When you say go and meet the hoodlums.
Yeah, we know where they are.
Well, like I said, you're a man of the people. Yeah. You belong to the street, so you would know them. Where are they?
They are in bed, they are in Foko.
So you know the guys that came to invade my house. Is that what you're saying?
You know the young boys that are jobless. They are everywhere.
No. You're saying...
We see them on the streets.
No. See, on a more serious note, when you engage them, what I find very disturbing is 10, 15 years ago, when you speak to these guys, they're uneducated. But now, you'll be shocked that some of them will be telling you they have master's degree. It's as bad as that.
That tells you it's getting more dangerous.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So there's something wrong in the system.
We need to go meet them somewhere.
No. We need to improve the system. You don't have to meet them. You have to create a system that would support them to achieve their aims. If
you notice, Ibadan has become almost a center for extrajudicial killings by even the citizens. It's becoming a daily occurrence. Young boys are being burnt alive on the streets. How do you feel about that?
Very sad. But then you have to, the government also has to take some responsibility.
How?
With not too long ago, just not even up to 2 years ago, we had a government that secured lives and properties of people. And then I want to ask you, we're not even 2 years into this administration, and then suddenly it's wild, wild west. So why?
Is it about your state? It's becoming wild, wild
Nigeria.
I think so.
I think because no. See, the government has to set the tone. The government has the responsibility to set the tone and say, look, I'm not going to accept any nonsense from you. That was what the last administration did. But in a case where they kill policemen and then you find the people who should be running the state, they're going there and even giving them money. What do you expect?
When you say giving them money, I don't understand.
That's what you go there and then you're sharing food for them and all that stuff.
Are you sure that was what happened? Remember, it was a national malady.
No. It was a national malady, but across...
Policemen were killed across the country, not just Oyo State.
I can only speak for what happened in Oyo State.
But you also have a national eye. That's why you're a member of the National Assembly.
Absolutely, I agree with you. But I'm saying we have to... Charity begins at home. That's the point I'm making to you. Charity begins at home. If you have a government that is saying, look, we will not accept this, it won't happen.